So we're still continuing to see some signs of rotation there on the radar, but
it's 95 over towards Port St. Lucie. I-75.
What's up everybody, and welcome to Englewood, Florida. And what may look like a beautiful day at the beach right now, it is not that at all. The reason why I have this beach to myself is because actually we just got hit by not one, but two major hurricanes. Hurricane Helene came all the way up the Gulf Coast of Florida, storm surge all the way up the Gulf Coast, went in at Perry and all the way up to North Carolina, tearing apart everything in its path. We then were struck by Hurricane Milton. Our hometown actually had the eye come straight across it. So we're out here today just showing you guys some of the devastation, but also trying to help people along the way. As you can see behind right here, that's what used to be a road leading to the beach. We're actually headed to our boat, which is parked right back over here, where we're going to show you guys from the water what our town looks like. And I want to stress, I am not making this video just to show off the destruction, but we're out here also helping people. I have spent the last 6 days working as a first responder to try to help people as much as we can. But there's a lot of historical and sentimental value to this area personally. So we're gonna go out and check on some people, and along the way, see what we can do. I am physically and mentally taxed at this point. So we're gonna try to decompress out here while doing that. So we appreciate any prayers from you guys. And we're gonna take you guys along the way, show you what it's all about.
So check this guy out. He made it through the storm. Some people, we see a lot of iguanas down here in this area, but this looks like a Nile monitor. We're gonna check him out, see how close we can get. Comment below if you know what kind of creature this is right here. So interesting. He survived this big storm surge. See if we can get him out in the sun. He looks very hungry. Because normally they're a lot quicker than this.
All right, we're leaving the beach, and I just wanted to show you guys just how much sand is pushed up in here. As you can see, we're at Blind Pass Beach Park here in Englewood. All this sand and water, actually where I'm standing right now, I would have been totally underwater. But as you can see, that fire hydrant right there is completely covered with sand. This is a barrier island I'm on right now. I'm headed back to the boat, which is on the bay side. We're gonna hop in that and continue south towards Boca Grande.
So when we pulled up, I told Chad, be careful of that telephone pole. We were quite a ways away. Well, we got closer, check this out. It's actually a sailboat. A sailboat that's totally sunk. So sad.
So we're gonna stop and show you this. That buoy right there is actually marking about a 30-foot houseboat. And it actually came not from over there. You can see plenty of boats on shore, which we're gonna go over there in just a second. But that vacant lot over there actually used to be a whole marina, and it is completely gone. But this is the type of stuff we're doing out here. We want to mark stuff so everyone's safe out here in the water in the future. So this area right here, you can see plenty of big boats all the way up on shore. There was actually several other ones that they've already removed, but the power of water is crazy. And that's why they say in a hurricane, run from the water, hide from the wind. You always get that wrong.
But it's important to not get it mixed up in real life.
Very important to know.
Yeah. That is incredible. Look at that, guys. I cannot imagine. Look, that one's even connected to the power line. Look, there's a couch in there. See that? Oh my gosh. Beds. Toolbox. Wow. A picnic table. Wow, look at that picnic table. That would be hard to get out.
There's a lot of beds.
There is a lot of beds. That is a nice table.
Like you could build a whole house out of this. There's a garbage can.
Porta potty.
A boogie board or a surfboard.
Lots of boogie boards, yeah.
Things from roofing. Look at all the rope.
Here's another shoreline. And then there's a pontoon right there in the middle.
Double motors.
Double motors, red, white, and blue.
Tells you how high the water was.
And then how it came down so fast.
Look at the docks.
Oh, people's staircases, Cam. Sheets. It's crazy how it got caught.
Sea turtle sheet. Hey, it's a floating dock.
That is a whole dock. Wow.
So if you guys are familiar with this area right now, we're sitting in Ski Alley, which right behind me, this all used to be a barrier island, which the storm opened up this giant pass right here, and the water is flowing through right here. It's about 5 feet deep right now. So I don't see this closing up, but you never know with Mother Nature. We're gonna keep heading south towards Stump Pass and then on to Boca Grande.
But this is insane. Took the trees and everything with it. The other half of the state park will only be accessible by boat now, because it's all the way down this coastline.
All right, we're just pulling up to Stump Pass Marina. As you can see, Park Point is completely destroyed over there, that mobile home park. There was 39 boats in total came off their lifts right over there, pushed up onto dry ground. But right over here is Stump Pass Marina bait, and is completely wiped out in there. Gas pumps are gone, bait stations are gone. Hopefully the snook come back. That right there is right where the snook hang out. So, oh, I do see them. They're back already, ready to be fed. So,
Crazy.
we are gonna make our way south, continue down to Boca Grande. All right, so we just found this boat right here. It is adrift up the mangroves right now, but we're gonna hop in and see if we can't find an anchor or something to secure the boat so it's not moving around. We'll get the FL numbers off the boat, see if we can contact the owner so they can get their boat back. But we have seen Coast Guards out here. They're marking stuff, so it is safe to navigate. But we're gonna see if we can secure this boat.
Totally underwater. Wow. There's an anchor in that front one.
All right, perfect. We are gonna throw this overboard so this boat doesn't drift off anymore, and hopefully the owner can find it. We're just gonna tie it off. We'll be good to go. Our first rescue right here. Cam's got himself a turtle.
We were going past in the inlet and I saw something floating. I said, babe, look. And it's a turtle trying to...
He's alive.
He's alive still, yeah.
A little box turtle, I think.
We're gonna save him, get him on dry land.
He's alive.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Aww. Hi, buddy.
Alright, so we were just driving down the intercoastal. We're in Englewood, and now that bridge means we're in Boca Grande. But while we were in Englewood, we found this little guy floating in the intercoastal. So we got him in the net, and we saved him. And now he's just hard asleep. We got him some water right here. We rinsed him off with fresh water, and now he's just sleeping.
He was tired for sure.
Yep.
This is the railway leading down to Boca Grande. Some of it's got some damage to it, some of it's from previous storms, but this railway used to take phosphate in and out of Boca Grande. Once it was stopped being used for that, it was then used to take people down to Boca Grande that way for pleasure, for people to go down there, go tarpon fishing. They built the whole town pretty much around the causeway, which is pretty cool. Ferry boat took those machines out there because the island that they were on has no access for vehicles. It's golf cart only, so they use those to gain access. Those things can actually go on water, land, pretty much over anything.
We're heading to the fish shacks, check on them. This place holds a special spot in our hearts. But this is where we met Granddad Shep, Livingston Shepherd. He was an awesome guy that we gained a relationship with, and he since has passed a few months ago, but we'll always think of Shep when we come here.
All right, guys, so we just made it down to Boca Grande. We are in Bull Bay, and this building behind me has a lot of meaning to us, and I'm gonna try to get through this without getting emotional. We just lost a friend of ours a couple months back where we actually met him on this building, me and Tyla, before Cam was born. Our second anniversary, we came down here fishing, running from a thunderstorm, and we met our friend Shep. Some of you know him as Doc, right here running from a storm. Funny thing was, we were seeking shelter here. He pulled up and we were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to trespass, because as you can see, this is a historical site and you cannot come on these. But we were running from a storm, so it was a safety thing at the time. But this building right here means so much to me. We'll show you guys a couple more in this area, and some of them did not fare. But what is super cool about these buildings, these are actually old fish shacks and ice house, which we'll get into more of that and explain that a little bit more, what they actually were used for. Super cool history down here. We love this area, and I'm so glad to see this building still standing. And we may go check out one other spot on Boca Grande that will just blow your guys' mind. So stay tuned. I promise you it's gonna be cool. All right, so as you can see behind me, this fish shack did not fare well. These shacks in this area have been through so many hurricanes and withstand, but this one unfortunately got taken out, I believe probably by the surge. But I want to take a second to explain to you guys what these shacks are all about. So they were used for fish shacks. These guys would come out and stay out here for weeks, months at a time and fish, mainly mullet. You can see a couple more there on the distance, but they would use these. Maybe that one would be an ice house, maybe that one would be a fish house. I'm not exactly sure on that. They would be used for these guys to stay out here. Then the ice boats or shacks, they'd store their fish there. The company would come out and give them a ticket for their catch, and once they get back on shore, they'd be able to get paid for their catch, which is crazy. Everyone is complaining about no power and stuff for this storm. I hear that a lot. And these guys would literally be out here. I would love to be doing that back in the day. Getting tore up by mosquitoes, catching mullet, I'd be all about that. The fish shacks, these are now all privately owned, but they have to be leased by the state, and if they get tore down like this, you have to rebuild them to how they are. You cannot make them bigger or anything. They have to restore their historic building. But we love these down here. We love to fish down here. As you can see, Cam is fishing right now.
Says West Coast Fish Company, residential cabin in Bull Bay. So they lost their dock. I think it blew right through here. We're gonna take a look. They have some of their belongings, bleach, towels. But the cool part is, from the wind direction, all of that stuff was kept in there. They're gonna have to repair this though, for sure.
All right guys, we are ending this video. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make our final destination due to debris and everything, but we appreciate you guys watching. And remember, storms in our lives reveal restoration. Just like this, a lot of material things, fortunately, none of us were hurt. We pray for anyone that was affected by the storm, that lost their lives, lost their properties. But hey, next video we'll see you on. We're gonna be doing something fun, so we'll see you guys on that.
The Spirit says, I want you to make fantastic friends with those couple right there.
I didn't know that.
Well, he told me that, and I said, okay.
And that's when you got your waterproof paper out and your pen. So, because it was raining, good thing you had waterproof paper.
Right.
And you got our information, and you've had it ever since.
Yeah, that the Holy Spirit was responsible for that.
That's right.
Because I had friends with me.
You had the bear people with you.
Yeah, and we've been fishing, and it started raining. I said, well, y'all probably like a little break and get out of this weather. We can go over there to the fish shack. That's how we happened to show up.
It was a bad storm. It was, remember, it was blowing in. It was a bad squall.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was on our anniversary, July 21st.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. Because every year, that's like our tradition is we go fishing on our anniversary. So we met you. And the neat thing about how God orchestrated that is normally we'd start out early in the morning and fish all day. But I was in charge of the preschool that day, and somebody called in sick, so I couldn't go out early in the morning. I was so bummed. So we're like, okay, well, we'll go in the afternoon. So we actually had just gotten on the water, and then the rain came in, but that was okay. We got to meet you. It was all orchestrated in God's design.
It never ceases to amaze me how he works things out.
Divine appointments.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Every time I go by there, I think about the same thing when I first saw you all.
Yes.